Page 4, school to death, House. The others are Senate. Page 5, Senate. General government, House. Board of Indigents, Defense, all Senate. Economic Development, Healthcare, Senate.
Can you repeat that, please?
The bottom two, Economic Development and Healthcare Stabilization, Senate.
So then Board of Pharmacy, items 1 and 2 are Senate?
Yes. Judicial branch on page 6, number 2, 3, 4, and 5, Senate. Number 1 on Legislature, House. State Banking Commission, number 1, Senate. Page 7. Department of Health and Environment. Health, number 3, Senate. Wait a minute, number 1 was still Senate. Number 3, Senate. Number 4 and 5, we would make an offer that if you accept ours on 4, we would accept yours on 5. Okay. Number 8, Senate. Number 9, House. Number 10, Senate. Number 11, Senate. Number 12, 13, Senate. Number 3.
Oh, and going back up, on KDADs?
Yes,
Okay, is that where we're at?
yes.
All right. So item number 1?
Senate.
Okay.
Number 2, Senate. Number 3, Senate. Number 4. We took the Senate modified with the amendment that we use the funding from problem gambling. Okay, number 5 and 6 are Senate. Page 8, number 7 at the top, House. Number 10, Senate. 11, Senate. 12, Senate. Kansas Guardianship Program, number 1, House. You remember on that? Excuse me, just one minute. Okay, on the Larner State Hospital, we will propose a trade with you on that one.
I thought we already discussed, that was already clear.
We did that? Okay, we were done with it. Okay.
All right.
All right. That's what confused me. I had a line through it, and I thought, well, maybe we didn't do it, so, okay. So other statewide adjustments, Senate. Number 4, Senate. Number 5, Senate. And the last, or page 9 is all Senate. And page 10 was all Senate.
Kathy, did you have a question? Okay, thank you. House, is there any questions for the Senate? Okay. We'll come back at 11:55.
Just a second.
Oh, like 2 minutes. Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay, we're just going to step into the back. Yes.
We have one more that we missed, okay?
Okay.
On page 1, under the Attorney General, number 2, we transferred 1.3 million SGF to the Scrap Metal Theft Reduction Fund of the Attorney General in fiscal 2021. And here's the proposal we'll make. We also added language on number 3 to reimburse the scrap metal dealers, and figure the approximate cost on that is about $300,000. Okay, so our proposal is we will give you the $400,000 for item 1, Department of Commerce, which is moving $400,000 to the SGF or Pittsburgh State, I guess. For you had requested $400,000 for Pittsburgh State.
Just above there, Pittsburgh State, 400,000 SGF, item number 1, the third line down, where your finger. Right here. So this is going.
Yeah. So your item Pittsburgh State up on Pittsburgh State number 1, you had requested $400,000 for the polymer science program. So we're willing to give you the $400,000 to fund Pittsburgh State. And then we would keep the $300,000 for the reimbursement for the scrap dealers. That would leave approximately $600,000. And we would leave $100,000 in the scrap part, and the balance we'll put in SGF, because you were wanting $400,000 for SGF, is where you wanted to put that money, on Department of Commerce.
Okay, I think we have the package deal. Questions on that? Do you have a question? Representative Hoffman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Under the bioscience, you're not leaving anything in the bioscience. Was that 100? You're leaving 100,000 in the scrap metal out of the bioscience, and then the rest of it's going back to SGF.
Correct.
Okay, which is about another 500. Okay.
Roughly 500, yeah.
Okay.
All right. We have our own version of
Right,
that deal too, so.
And we're keeping the language in there, so if bills come in, they will be paid,
Okay.
expenditures, so.
You just want to come back at 12:30? Okay. Okay. We will take a look at the offer that you made and probably, I don't know what, 12:45? And come back at 12:45? Or do you have a scheduling conflict?
We do. And these guys have a 1 o'clock for transportation. They're both on transportation. So how about 1:30? We go back on the floor at 2?
We go back on the floor at 1:30.
1:30? Okay. So 1:15? Well, how long's your deal going to take? You got any idea? Conference?
What if we got as far as we could at 12:45?
I think it's just that 2007 bill, isn't it?
Or we can go ahead and do this. You go to conference and give our offer. If you're fine with
try that?
I could do 1:15.
We can try 1:15. Hopefully they'll be done then. They'll try to expedite
Just a
things.
second. Oh, wait, what we're deciding to do right now is, because Representative Hoffman needs to get to conference at noon or at 12 o'clock. So we're going to actually step aside, come back with a counteroffer right now. Then he's going to go to conference at noon, and we'll make our offer, and then possibly have another round at 1:15. Okay?
Sounds good,
All
thank
right,
you.
so we'll be right back.
Yeah, there's no way we're gonna be able to get an offer back at 1:15.
So what do you have at 12:45?
I don't have anything.
Well, I've got a meeting at 11:15. And so, you know,
I hate to tell
I
you
think
this,
you missed it.
I could, like I said, at 1:15, I can be back here at 1:15.
you can't do a meeting prior to that to hammer out an
Well, because he's got a 1:30, see, that's the problem.
What if we meet immediately after this?
Yeah, I'm already late, I'm already late. I mean, yeah, it's just not, there's too many things going on today, it's just, geez.
We're gonna be on the floor a while too, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
all afternoon.
see, we can go in the back room and meet, we can do that, so we could meet at 2 o'clock. Our bills aren't up at 2.
That's true.
So let's meet at 2, while we're on the floor, and,
It'll take a while for them to get started.
yeah. And then, geez, I don't know, because both of mine, hopefully, you know, there's a couple of them guys aren't gonna vote for it. I know. I would never do this.
They'll just make life hard for you.
Which, fine, but I mean,
You want to give me some of that information that was in the testimony about the other 2 flights that we did?
oh, I can, yeah,
I'd be happy just to speak to those.
yeah. Well, I read
At
through
least
'em.
there'd be something on record.
of the balance remaining go to the Department of Commerce for the transfer of the tourism department to the Department of Commerce. Specifically, that 100,000 is supposed to be used for agritourism. And that would leave a remainder of 400,000 that would go to SGF. And if there's any contractual obligations that we have to adhere to the Bioscience Authority, then we will address that at the time that it happens. But we've been told that those contracts will probably never be needed to be addressed, but we never know. So that links Pittsburgh State, the scrap metal dealers, and also the amount of money that's still left with the Bioscience Authority. That's been decided on.
We'll just go ahead and accept that before we move on, so.
Okay, so you
we're
accept that
good with
offer?
that. Yep.
All right.
So is this Senate modified? Is that what you put down, or House
We
modified?
could say it's a Senate modified with a substitute House modified. Okay, so then going back up to the Board of Regents, this is another package deal. If we would take the Senate position in regards to the 2.1 million for the Career Technical Education Tuition Fund, also known as Senate Bill 155, then if we take that and do not add the 2.1 million, we would ask that you take our position for the 8.3 million in fiscal year 2022 to fund the same program in regards to Senate Bill 155. And that is on page 4, item number 1, under the Board of Regents. The only other item on page 1 is Judicial Branch, and that'll be House. State Banking Commissioner, House. KDAD's House. On item number 3, we take the Senate position. On page 2, under KDAD's, number 1 and 2 is the House, number 3 is Senate.
Okay.
Number 5, we're going to be making a House modified. When we had discussed this in committee, there was going to be 4 months left in the fiscal year. We're now down to 3 months. And so that changes the dollar amount for the remainder of fiscal year 2021 to 5.5 million all funds, $2 million state general fund. And that would fund April, May, and June. PMIB, House. Highway Patrol, House. Now for fiscal year 2022, under the Department of Agriculture, we will take the Senate position on number 2 if you will take the House position on number 4. KDH, yes.
Let us talk about that real quick. Thanks.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll agree to that swap.
Okay.
So that's,
KDHE, Environment, House. And the last item is the number 4 on the Kansas Water Office, House. Then on page 4, let's see, State Water Plant Fund, House. Department of Ed, obviously they're working that out in conference, so that's going to be House, all items. This is on Board of Regents, item number 1. That's the contingency with the other item in fiscal year 2021. 2 House, 3 House, 4 House. And then on page 5, 6 House, post-secondary system-wide, number 1 House. Bids 1 and 2 and 3 are House. Number 4, we have a House modified to have that moved and discussed at omnibus. Board of Pharmacy, items 1 and 2, House. EDIF and the Healthcare Stabilization Fund, both House. Judicial Branch, 2, 3, 4, and 5, House. And then on the State Banking Commissioner, item number 1, House. KDHE Health, item number 1, House. 3, House. We're still going to maintain the House position on 4 and 5. And actually, all the open items on that page are House. Item number 10, House. 11, House. Item number 12, we have a House modified, reducing our position from $47 an hour to $43 an hour. On other statewide adjustments, in regards to, I believe this was an amendment that was brought on the Senate floor. This was also an amendment that was brought into the Appropriations Committee, which I think has the same basic premise behind it. The only discretion or difference that we have is actually who's going to be conducting the auditing of all of the agencies and departments. So we have received additional information and language this morning, which obviously is going to take some time. And I even talked to the maker of the amendment that brought it in the Appropriations Committee, and he is fine with us taking time to review that language and discuss it at omnibus. So it will be a House modified to move item number 1 from other statewide adjustments to omnibus. 4 and 5 on the bottom of page 8, House position. On page 9, all the open items are still House, as are all the same items on 10, page 10, are House.
Can you do page 4? Again, Tom missed one.
Okay, yeah. Starting with the State Water Plant Fund, EDIF transfer, that's House. Then the Department of Education is all House, so items 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are House. Board of Regents was the House modified, which is connected to the funding for the same program in fiscal year 2021. We would accept the Senate position if you accept the House position on that one. And the other 3 items that are open are House.
On page 7, Troy, down on the bottom, Department of Aging and Disability Services, number 4.
Yeah, I think you had accepted our Senate modified
Okay.
last round.
I just want to
Where it was
make
coming
sure
out of the
that's
problem
right.
gambling fund.
Right, okay, so we got that, okay. Senator Hawks got another question.
Could you review where you lowered the $43? What one was that again?
It's on page 8, about number 12.
Oh, 12. Got it. Okay. Got it.
Okay, we go back on the floor at 2, and they've got a 1 o'clock, and Kyle's tied up here till 1 or so. So we're thinking maybe when we go on the floor at 2, we will meet and put an offer together, and we're going to just try to guess here for you, and then we can text you on how the time's working out. But the third bill today, I'm carrying the third bill, and then I'm carrying the fifth bill, and then JR is carrying the seventh bill. So we'll get an offer together with, at 2 o'clock when we go on the floor, we'll try to get that together, and we'll kind of see how if we can, how this is moving, and maybe. Yeah, maybe we could have them skip over like mine or JR's, and then maybe we could meet at like, you think 2:30? Well, let's shoot for 2:30, and the only issue is if they start on one of these bills and we're in the middle of it, you'll have to bear with us.
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
You had to bear with us today when we were on the floor, so we'll be accommodating.
Okay, 2:30 then.
All right.
Thank you.